I'm becoming obsessed with trains, and America just launched a new train that also happens to be the fastest. Ever since riding my first train last year, I've been dreaming of riding trains all over the world. So today, we're putting America's fastest train to the test. But there was just one catch. Cole wasn't exactly sold on the idea, so I had to get creative. Hey, remember that sandwich you heard about?
The Fluffernutter sandwich?
Yeah, wanna go to Boston and try it?
Really?
The next thing we knew, we were in Washington, D.C., in the most beautiful train station I've ever seen, about to ride the fastest train in America.
Now moving.
Today we're riding first class on the NextGen Acela from Washington, D.C. to Boston, for a very specific reason.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Wow.
We're about to travel over 400 miles, crossing 8 states on America's fastest train. 14 stops stand between us and Boston, but the real surprise is what we'll find along the way. Now, normally we'd be riding in coach because first class isn't cheap, but thanks to our sponsor Nomad Lane, we can afford to ride first class today, and I have a feeling it's gonna make all the difference.
Is this the menu?
How are you this morning, Mr. Marlin?
Another day above ground is always a blessing.
Amen to that.
With a first class ticket, you get access to the private lounge before the train ride, but we wanted to save our appetites. I've heard that lunch is the real highlight.
I haven't had my coffee yet this morning, so.
Have you?
No.
You can have coffee and whatever else you want on that menu.
I will also do a coffee, please.
Coffee.
Thank you so much.
We have a little bit of a problem.
We're already late.
Here's why this matters. Cole's favorite food is sandwiches, and recently our friends told us about this iconic sandwich they had growing up. I made a deal with Cole to go to Boston on this train to try it, so we have to get there before the sandwich shop closes.
Hey, I got a question for you. I know you're from Jamaica, but have you ever had a Fluffernutter sandwich?
A Fluffernutter?
You must be from New England.
No, we're going just to get one.
All right, we are officially moving. The train is leaving. I'm so excited right now. I feel like a little kid.
You are a kid in a candy store right now. Have you ever had a Fluffernutter sandwich?
What is that? You messing with me?
Have you ever heard of a food so good that you needed to try it? Think about the first time maybe you had Chick-fil-A or a Texas brisket. One of our patrons who lives in Boston recently told us about this Fluffernutter sandwich. So today, not only are we trying out this brand new train, we're gonna see if it's worth traveling 400 miles to get this Fluffernutter sandwich. The buzz on the train this morning actually reminds me of when we rode the Brightline train last year, and that's where I fell in love with train travel.
I don't know what that alarm was.
If anybody was sleeping, they're not sleeping now. I'm so excited for this breakfast. I got the crispy bacon and sweet onion omelet, and Cole got the breakfast chiquilas. I hope I'm saying that right.
Chilaquiles.
I was even more excited to see it came with a croissant.
Bread first. How is it?
Amazing.
It also got me thinking about this super important question.
Do you slice your roll in half and put butter in the middle, or do you put butter on top? I'm always a butter on top kind of girl. You like to slice it. And
I do.
Put it in the middle.
Yeah.
These are the serious discussions Cole and I are having right now. As we were eating, everything outside went black because we were going through a tunnel. I think it's called the Baltimore Tunnel. It's not very long and it went by really fast because this is a time lapse. But you know, we still haven't seen how fast this thing can go.
I gotta say, breakfast was really good, but I wonder how it's gonna compare to the Fluffernutter sandwich we get once we get to Boston.
The next thing we knew, we were already at our second stop in Baltimore. But before we could blink, we were moving again. I think the crew is trying to make up for lost time.
Don't mind me, I'm just wearing the new Meta glasses with my friend behind us.
Now I gotta say, these glasses make me feel like a futuristic rock star. All right, enough silly business. How about a tour?
So far, I'm really loving this space. I mean, look at how much seat and foot room we have here.
I'm only 5'2", so of course space is a concern. But in this seat, I can stretch all the way out and I still have room to spare. Honestly, I feel like a kid playing in the grown-up section.
But if you need some extra seating, just press this button over here and look at this.
Whoa! The seats here don't recline, but they do extend. I'm not so sure if I could sleep this way. The tray table's like an airplane's, but it actually comes to you, which means I don't have to lean halfway across the seat just to reach my coffee. Plus, there's power plugs and even a personal reading light. Basically, it's a little office on rails. You can work as much or as little as you want to. And for the luggage, you have space under the seat or above your head all throughout the train. And speaking of luggage, when you splurge on a first class ticket, you want the whole trip to feel first class. And that happens before you ever get on the train. That's why Nomad Lane is the real hero of this trip. The bento bag is designed so you never have to worry about overhead storage again. It's compact enough to where it can easily slide under a seat on an airplane, or in this case, under the seat or overhead in a train. But it also has enough space for you to pack everything you need all in one spot. I am seriously loving this bag and all the compartments that come with it. And when you're not carrying everything, their sling bag is the perfect travel sidekick. It's great for quick, easy, hands-free access and perfect for carrying your phone and passport. Thanks so much to Nomad Lane for making this trip possible. They make us feel like first-class travelers before we ever board. And because they're supporting this adventure, they're supporting you too. You can check them out with our link in the description below. All right, bags packed, let's get back to the train. And this is where things get interesting because Cole just asked the conductor about that sandwich.
I grew up on them.
And what is your favorite way of making them?
I like the fluff, peanut butter, and bananas.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
All right.
So, you might like it.
I mean, could we have flown on a plane to get to Boston for the fluffernutter sandwich? Sure. Would it have been as fun? Absolutely not. I just love train travel. This ride is so beautiful. Growing up in Tennessee, train travel was never really something I thought about. I can't imagine what it must have been like traveling by train in the golden age of train travel. I don't know if it makes sense, but this train ride feels nostalgic in a way I've never experienced. Can you believe early trains only went about 30 miles an hour? Today is much different on America's fastest train.
I bet we're doing $1.50 right now.
Right now it seems like we're floating because ain't moving at the speed of light right now.
151. All right. 152. 156, 157. Come on.
We were flying toward Philadelphia.
Now, I don't know if it's the endless supply of coffee or the fact that we're moving at the speed of light, but I'm in desperate need of the bathroom. So let's take a tour. This is me walking to the bathroom, completely unaware that I didn't turn my mic on. So here I am closing the door. A robot voice comes on to tell me to lock it.
Please lock the door. The door is locked.
This is the biggest train bathroom I've ever seen. I could probably do a cartwheel in here, but let's be honest, I'd tear a hammy. Over here is the sink, pretty basic, but there's 2 soaps. That's strange. I guess they're expecting people to be dirty. This red thing? Well, you don't want to push that. That's where if you run out of TP, you can hit that and they'll bring it to you. Although, when that door opens, everyone's gonna see what's going on in there. And it doesn't close fast.
Would you guys like some hot towel?
Towel service on a train? What is this? These guys have been spoiling us and making us feel super special.
You're welcome.
Help show them some love by commenting "great service" down below. This train ride is so beautiful. The Northeast Corridor runs through all these big cities, and it's such a cool experience to watch them pass by so quickly. And finally, we have made it to New York City. We got off to stretch our legs, but we had to hurry back so we didn't get left behind. Look at the paint job on this thing. It's so
pretty sweet.
Very cool. There's just so much excitement around this new train. Everyone's just buzzing about it, which is making the trip so much more fun. All right, we're back on. That was quick. So we are in train car number 1 today, which would usually be the front, but today it's the back. You have 1 seat right here. Singles all on this side, and then on the right side is all doubles, and they are facing different directions. We're gonna take a little walk and show you the rest of the train. We have to go through the first class kitchen.
Now, technically, we're not supposed to be walking through here, but
we made some friends.
We made some friends. So
We'll be good, Marlon. There are 9 cars in this train set, and the car next is business class. Only first and business class are offered on the Acela. We took a seat in business class, and we're honestly surprised at how similar it was to first class.
definitely a lot tighter, but still nice.
Still a good amount of room.
Yeah, it's still nice.
There's less room, but it was still very comfortable. Cars 2 through 5 are business class. Then we made it to the cafe car. So we have Lots of sandwiches to choose from. It is a different menu than what we have in first class today. And then Coke products, water, sparkling water for my fancy husband who loves to always get sparkling water. And then you can order hot sandwiches here. We're not gonna order anything here because we're gonna get lunch in first class, but I do have a question for the attendant here. Have you ever heard of a fluffernutter sandwich?
So many people haven't heard of this sandwich. Now
like
I'm not
totally-
feeling so bad. Like it's totally a New England thing.
Yeah. So if we walk a little further in the food cart, this is the bar hangout area where you can just lean up and have a drink and enjoy it.
This is the ADA accessible table, so someone in a wheelchair could be sitting on this side.
And in the first class car, there's a table on this side too, and these face each other. So it's pretty nice because these fold out and it gives you plenty of space to eat. Put a little drink right here.
Still have all your
Also-
charging parts here.
Cars 7 through 9 are also business class, but car 9 is the quiet car. We don't know how to be quiet, so we're gonna turn around and head back to our seat because it's almost time for the highlight of the trip, lunch. We got an afternoon pick-me-up, and this may be the best coffee we've ever had.
Oh, that is so good.
We were making friends and thinking nothing could go wrong. So apparently there's some mechanical issues, and now we're going to be over an hour late getting to Boston. I really hope we make it in time before the sandwich shop closes, or Cole is going to be really upset. While we were waiting for the train to start moving again, lunch was delivered. I got another roll, which I'm super excited about. Cole ordered the short ribs, and I had the Bobo chicken. I cannot even believe this kind of food is being served on a train. I can't wait to see what's for dessert. Also, as I'm editing this, I'm reminded how awkward it is filming in public.
These ribs were. Someone's watching me. These ribs were phenomenal, but it's still not the fluffernutter sandwich that I'm coming to Boston to get. I'm really looking forward to this. So I'm talking to Jamie here, who joined us in New York and is heading back home to New England. And so, Jamie, have you had a fluffernutter sandwich before?
I have. My mother would make them when I would go to like summer camp.
Now that I'm stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey, how about some dessert? Now, I'm not a big fan of lemon, but I've got to say, this lemon cheesecake really hit the spot. And just when I thought the food was over, they come serving warm nuts. Really? This crew is overdoing it.
I really wasn't excited about these nuts, but they're warm. And there's just something about warm nuts that you just can't go wrong.
I have to admit, the last hour went by so fast, I forgot we were even delayed. I just stared out this window the entire time. New England really is so beautiful. We are just about to stop in Providence, Rhode Island, which means we are getting ever closer to a mystery sandwich. We made it to Boston!
Thank you guys so much.
After stepping off the train in Boston, we headed straight for an Uber to a restaurant called Moogie's. On the way there, I remember looking over to Cole and saw him giggling like a little kid. He was so excited for this sandwich, and it reminded me how important it is to let out your inner kid from time to time and go on adventures like this. As we crossed the street to this little diner spot, we finally reached our destination.
Hello, how are ya? I want to get a fluffernutter. The fluffernutter sandwich. I've been waiting a long time to get this sandwich. There's 2 pieces of white bread with a little bit of butter toasted, giving the peanut butter and marshmallow fluff a melted, gooey texture. That saltiness mixed with the sweet of the marshmallow fluff. This thing is amazing. Now, I'm not even gonna try and guess how many calories this thing is, but I will tell you, as a childhood sandwich, kind of a treat, if you will, this thing hits the spot.
So the big question, was it worth riding 400 miles on America's fastest train just to get a sandwich?
Absolutely.
After all, it wasn't about first class or the sandwich. It was the journey and the people who made it unforgettable. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll watch this video next so we can spend a little bit more time together. We'll see you on the next adventure.